It's funny how like
I should take my hat off since I'm the hair guy. Since I'm the stupidest
then I'm
fucking
hat
shirt.
on, dude.
I'm the dumbest shirt in this whole group.
Dumbest shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, you've sold the least.
I know, my face just it's a ridiculous looking shirt.
I
I mean, if you're wearing my shirt, it looks like you went to magic camp.
No, I thought mine's the boringest.
No.
Yours,
I
guys,
think Torio's is the boringest.
Really?
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it could be anybody.
It could be anybody.
Okay,
Nobody-
mine's not boring, but
Yours
mine's
is
not
so-
boring in a crazy person way. Like, crazy people aren't boring.
Well, let's just Hesbos. Welcome to the episode. We're discussing our brand new merch that you can find at hesbystreetpod.com. Zack thinks he looks stupid, which I don't agree with, but apparently the Hesbos do. 'Cause it
numbers-
is not moving.
The numbers don't
It
lie.
is not pushing at all.
That's sad.
It is sad.
It's not that sad.
I would like to point out that I'm somehow winning by like double.
You're winning?
I'm crushing, dude.
It's just your mom buying it.
My
for
mom
you.
hasn't bought any yet, so it's like I have that next.
So much potential.
Yeah. I
You're-
do think my fans are the loyalist.
Mm-hmm.
I have the least, but the most loyal. I think because they're also fat and wear glasses. They probably want that.
Right.
Anyways, start the pod.
Okay.
We're in the van,
We're in it.
and we're in the
Oh yeah,
fucking,
we're in the van.
and we're in the redwoods
Yeah, in a winery.
at a winery. Yeah, you should check out the video pod for this one.
I feel like you don't want to. Like, I feel like ever since you've gone down this venture of the van, you refuse to accept that your life is going to be like this Instagram, TikTok-y, like scenic background life, and it just is happening to you against your will.
I was joking with a friend. I was like, I'm just gonna post all the gym showers I have to shower in and just put hashtag van life. Because some of them are gross. Some of them are
Really?
gross. No, one. I've only been to one, and it was kind of gross.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where was it? Let the
San
Hesbos
Jose,
know.
a 24-hour fitness in San Jose.
The one in Santa Cruz is really nice.
Yeah, some of the 24-hour fitnesses are dope. That's
Uh-huh.
why, yeah. But, and it wasn't bad. It just was like,
A
just a
public.
little sad.
Yeah.
It felt like I was at a YMCA. Or like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a little grungy, but yeah, no, you're right. It's like you park, you always park with the best view. I've actually been like, because I'm usually like fastest route. Route? What do you say? Route or
Route.
I say route.
I say route,
Yeah.
but then sometimes I want to say route.
Route
I say
66.
Route 66.
Well, yeah, you have to say Route 66.
Yeah. And I say Route Canal.
It took a minute.
Yeah, because that's just wrong.
Square
I'm
route.
here for my route canal.
I love that TV show, Routes.
Yeah, dude, that was sad. You
Yeah,
guys see
really
routes?
sad. They took a bad route.
Yeah.
It took a bad route
It took a bad route.
on routes. Hot take from 3 white people in a van in the woods.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, no, it's funny how the van life experience is 1 second perfect. Perfect moments filled with like kind of shitty moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you wish you had like a dog or something along the ride of it?
It's
Look
low-
at this.
I don't think and we've talked about how I'm not going to live in the van.
Yeah.
But I don't think the main reason I couldn't is it'd be lonely. I think you would need another person.
Yeah.
But then if you get another person, it's not enough space.
Yeah.
And then it's like, let's watch this relationship just ruin itself.
Yeah.
So it is like the perfect setup for like week trips,
Right.
camping trips and stuff like that. But the people that live in it, I couldn't, I mean, it's cool that they do it,
Right.
but
It's also, it seems like it's good for young people
uh-huh,
who like haven't had enough adventure in their life
for sure.
or like hard times.
Yeah.
Like I loved traveling when in my 20s
Mhm.
and like staying at the shittiest places and
Right.
like getting into like scary situations.
Mhm.
But like now I'm like, nah, I
Safety is.
want to be safe.
Yeah.
I'll say it hasn't felt unsafe, and I thought it would.
Mhm.
Like I thought like sleeping at a rest stop or whatever would be either it'd be like uncomfortable in the situation of like someone's going to knock on my window and tell me to leave. I haven't felt like worried about that, and it's not as loud as I thought. Like parking next to a highway.
Oh, interesting.
Like the fan turns on, which I like the white noise, and I sleep like a full. I thought I'd be waking up every hour,
Right.
but no, it's like I get a full 8 hours of sleep and
Yeah.
I hit the road again.
To be fair, Like Emily being afraid in a van on the side of the road.
Yeah,
Much
it's a little
different from you're the one they fear.
Yeah,
The
that's
man
true.
parking on the side of the road.
Ooh, there's
by
a van by itself. I'll park right next to it. Yeah, no, that is it's a different experience for sure.
Yeah. Have you had people being like, date night in the van?
People want to fuck in the van. It's fascinating to me.
I like how I tried to make it kind of romantic. Like,
It's not
where are we
romantic.
going in the van? They're like, no. People are like, fuck me in your van.
Yep.
That's fun. Have you seized any of these opportunities, or do you not want the Hesbos knowing about your...
We'll save it for the Patreon pod, dude.
I like that. I like that. Hesby after dark.
You guys fuck in the van, take a cold shower in your sink.
Take a cold shower in the sink. That's right.
Yeah. I wonder if that's going to be the saddest thing where you're like, just swivel that sink outside.
I gotta wash up after what we just did. Yeah, no, it's not the it's not the best venue for a one night stand.
You'd have to be a cold son of a bitch to be like, beat rocks. Get lost, not my problem. I think there's a payphone at this rest
You don't
stop.
have to. You can drive away.
Can you step out for a second?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Why
like
don't you go
zoom.
grab me some M&Ms from the vending machine?
Rep us some M&Ms. You make it sound like it's an us.
I picture them buying them, coming back to the parking lot. You're gone, and they're like, I asked for this. I knew exactly what I signed up
You
for.
have to know, man. You have to know.
You have to know, if you're going to the vending machine, take the keys with you.
The purse is just in the middle of the parking spot. I forgot, like, Santa Cruz has redwoods.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're at
Scove
winery.
Winery.
Scove Winery. Is this Santa Cruz?
Scotts Valley.
Scotts Valley.
I grew up here. This is my hood.
Scotts Valley. It's not
Yeah,
even Santa
I went
Cruz.
to junior high.
Did you come to this
here.
winery a lot when you were growing up?
I've never been here. I've driven past it a lot, though.
nice.
I think my parents have been here.
Why
for
have you
sure.
driven past it? Where does this road go?
My aunt lives up here.
Oh, okay.
Or lived up here, yeah.
Because it's like a windy ass. I had to turn around on this road twice in the van.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
And,
It's a really good, like, we would ride our
times.
bikes, like, all the way uphill and then, like,
Oh,
go
nice.
down this windy road. It was really scary, but it's, like, a nice ride.
yeah, there were people bike
Oh,
riding.
yeah.
It looked fun.
You stop by here, you're like, man, I hear you guys make a mean blood of Christ.
I wasn't that Christian. You know, people could just be regular Christians.
Nah.
So when you're super Christian, you don't look at wine and think, someday, if that wine really works, it could be the blood of Christ.
No.
No,
That's
you just
more,
treat it like boring wine.
that's what was more like grape juice growing up.
Mm.
I was like, oh, this is communion grape juice.
Oh, right.
Did
We
you
got
get
to
it-
drink wine as kids.
We got to drink
exciting.
wine just as communion, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it was disgusting, but like we were so into it.
I thought
Mhm.
it was cool, yeah.
And it wasn't red wine for us, which I
It
always
was
thought
a Pinot Gris?
It was it was a white
Rosé?
It was like a rosé. It was weird
Weird.
because it was in a silver like chalice, right?
Yeah.
They probably just watered it down because they're like, this is expensive.
Yeah, totally.
I do wonder what wine it is.
It's
Is it
probably
just-
like non-alcoholic
Franzia?
wine.
Mhm.
Spank it before you...
Spank it for God. Where did that come from?
The spanking of Francie? I don't know.
Yeah,
because it was in a bag.
But why
yeah,
spank
why
it?
spank it?
Well, because have you ever done it? It just feels fun.
Yeah, but I
weird.
wonder who started that.
Yeah, but it
Oh,
feels
yeah, I
fun
don't
when
know
I
who
do it to
started it.
strangers
I just
passing
get
by,
why
but I
it
don't
caught
get
on.
to do that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
right. But that's what I'm saying with the Franzia. The Franzia consents.
Right.
The Franzia wants to be
It's
spanked.
begging
Mm.
for a spanking. I'd be like, all right, man, you don't get to spank it. Like, ooh, it's begging for this hand.
Now I feel like we're just training you for assault, and that's not okay.
Just the responsible frat bro. All right, let's take a real time out for a sec. You guys all know.
Right.
I know we're all having
We're
fun
having
at
fun,
this
that's
age,
great.
but it'd be a fun SNL
The
character.
responsible frat bro. Yeah, it
right,
would be
who's
funny.
just like defining consent at every
Mhm.
turn. may I prop you up for this keg stand? See how we're doing this, guys?
Now, when we do this, your shirt will fall down. What's your bra situation? Are you comfortable with how that might show?
I have a sweater we can tie around your waist.
That's right.
Yeah, frat's got to be different now. Well, I mean, they just gotta. The old one was not working. People are dying. I think if I joined a frat, I would have died. For sure.
From drinking too much?
Yeah. I mean, I nearly died without that.
I
from
mean, I
drinking too
feel
much.
like. So do you?
I'm a yes man.
I mean, I know you had you've told the story when you got alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
But you didn't learn from that? Because I feel like we all had a night like that.
Yeah, I mean, I learned from it. Definitely got a new lease on life, but I'd also be like, Zach, drink up. I'd be like, all right.
Because that's interesting because like I know nights at Punchline, so you around the age of 30 or late 20s,
Yeah.
you being like, I don't do shots anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Or like, I don't really do shots. And you don't.
Yeah, I don't really do shots.
Yeah. So I was like, anytime someone says that, I'm like, something happened.
Oh, that's funny. No, I just like to enjoy my drink.
Oh, okay.
Like a shot was more like I hate the taste of alcohol, but I want to get fucked up.
Right. So I just assumed that meant you get too drunk.
No.
And you not necessarily that you got alcohol poisoning, but you're like, I can't get that drunk that fast.
No,
I
mean,
turn into a monster.
it's partially I can't. I don't want to get too drunk that fast, but also like I enjoy sipping. Whereas when I was younger, it was like, do you have like I can't do this without some Mountain Dew or like Sprite.
I'm
but
really
at the same
bad
time,
at shots. Yeah, I can't like open my throat.
you don't have to.
Yeah, I've seen.
That's,
Well, because we would do the shots for the Zoom show, and she would
Yeah,
do it like half at a time.
I can't
sometimes.
swallow.
She can't get a whole
A whole shot in.
Your mouthful isn't. You must have
Like
a
a small
tiny
mouth.
mouth.
I just
Emily, tiny
I
mouth
just
Catalano.
choke a lot.
Yeah, I would get that when I was like younger, where I'd be like, that one went down different. You know, like I could never get them all like to go down the same time, same way.
It was so funny during the Zoom show because even sometimes you would take it and then people would react and be like, "Oh no, she needs to stop drinking." And my first reaction was like, "This always happens.
Yeah.
Just let her figure it's fine." But like, you can't be that guy.
No,
No, it's a bad look.
Yeah.
that's
But I was like, oh, people think I'm struggling with the alcohol. It's mostly just swallowing liquid.
I
right.
was like, this is 3/4 water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
right.
water those down.
Yeah.
I was like crying.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Sometimes-
LaCroix
And then I just picture. I mean, I know you just see my hand refill.
Yeah.
or a
Like,
monster.
One more.
Yeah.
But they were paying for it.
Right.
They're the monsters.
Right.
I never once paid you for a shot, and never will.
You might.
Yeah, I'd buy your shot,
Yeah. Yeah, you would.
Well, that's the funny thing is
but
like
not over Venmo.
I don't, I'm not a shot guy, and I will never order one. But I'm such a yes man that if someone's like, "Hey man, let's do a shot," all right.
I turned one down for your Vinbone. Vinbone.
Oh yeah, Vinny.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Where'd you see him?
In San Francisco after Cobb's.
Oh, funny. And he's like, "Shot."
Yeah. And I was like, I'll just a beer for me, because
Yeah.
I just decided like I'm gonna start drinking again because I took drinking off, but I'm just like not gonna
Dive in like
get
that.
hammered.
Yeah, smart.
And you can get pretty drunk off just beer.
Oh, especially if you haven't been drinking a while.
Yeah, exactly. And also I was hanging out with some comics,
Mhm.
and they were all blacked out.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just like, this is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
All the
yeah.
guys were blacked out, and I think they were all there with their girlfriends.
Oh, weird.
So you can probably start piecing them together because there's only so many comedy couples in San Francisco, and
Yeah.
it was just like the stereotypical boys getting shit faced and the women just being like, okay,
Right.
come on,
Right.
your sweater's right. It's right
You're
there.
fun. They all think you're fun. Let's go. Let's go home.
I don't know where your yeah. One of them lost their sweater and just wouldn't let it go. The blacked out one.
Oh no.
Can't find it.
Oh
She's like,
no.
we'll get you a new sweater on.
It's gone.
So, yeah. Anytime I hang out with blacked out people, I'm like, I'm done drinking.
Yeah.
It ruins the drinking.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're a problem table now.
Yeah. I remember like, I would take some time off from drinking like weeks at a time here and there. And during that period, I'd be doing shows at bars and people would be like, dude, we got to talk. And I'm like, oh man, this is me. This is what I do.
Yeah.
Why do I chase this?
Right.
We're getting old. It just hurts way more. Emily and I got
Oh man.
wasted. Me, Emily, and Tony at my apartment. Elizabeth
In
went
LA.
out of town for the first night. I'm like, guys, let's do anything. I don't know why. It's like we didn't even do anything really. It's like, well, you know what we did? We like went inside a bar for the first time,
Oh yeah.
and that was really fun.
Yeah.
They pour heavy at
Yeah,
bars. when
Snake
you-
Pit.
Yeah.
Have you been
Snake Pit in West Hollywood.
Have you been to a few bars now?
Yeah.
I've noticed, and I don't know if this is just it was mostly San Francisco or what, but like the bartenders are getting tanked.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they're untrained
Yeah.
or from drinking, you know,
Yeah.
it's just like their tolerance isn't caught up.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's gotten to a point where, or maybe I'm just drinking less.
Yeah.
But it's like every bartender's just like
Blacked out.
blacked, like pretty close.
Yeah,
I don't know
we're-
if bartenders get blacked out.
Where you're like, come on, man, you shouldn't be standing back there.
Dude,
Get
I'm
out.
gonna pour my own drink in a
Yeah.
second
Get out.
because I don't think you'll even recognize it.
Yeah. You know what was cool is one time when I was like early 20s, didn't drink a lot, but I was like just going to bars and stuff. And a friend invited me to the Giants game. And we went after the game to, there's that famous spot on the corner, Momo's.
Yeah.
And we were
I hate
inside.
to call it famous, but it's popular.
Like known, sort
Right.
of like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
all the Giants
Yeah, yeah,
fans
yeah.
standing out. Yeah, right. I
Right.
wouldn't say famous. And I'm in the bar, and what was that picture with the beard on the Giants? Remember that guy?
Oh, Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson behind the bar in like velour sweatpants and like some trashy Ed Hardy t-shirt, just pouring free drinks for like whoever he wanted. And I'm like, what a perfect location for the perfect sport. You know, because pitchers are like, dude, I'm not working till April. Like my next day to pitch. Or
Yeah, but,
I guess
like,
he's a closer.
He's a
or
closer,
really,
so like,
he could work anytime.
but it's 1 inning,
Right.
and it won't happen until 10 p.m. the next day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
So I was just like, man, this guy is living the life.
Yeah.
You know, because the bar was not like, what are you doing back here? They're like, that's Brian
he's bringing
Wilson.
money in.
Yeah, right.
It's like even the money he gives away.
Yeah.
is gonna be worth it.
I want to be that comedian. But the problem is I'm going to be too old. So I'm going to be like, anyone got Tums?
I remember Vince Vaughn telling a story where he like they let him behind a bar to like pour drinks.
Yeah.
And then people were just like, these drinks suck.
I'm bad at this.
He's like, I thought I'm Vince Vaughn. I'll just pour them extra strong
Right.
and don't worry about what they really order.
Yeah,
And
right.
they're like, these suck.
Right.
I like
I've been at
I like
bars.
that like alcoholics will be honest with you. They're like, listen, it's cool, like old school or Anchorman, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you're in, but
Like, pour me a fucking.
I need a Manhattan.
Right. Well, it's funny.
Done right.
I love being at bars where they don't do stuff. That would be the bar I want to work at, where it's like pick your alcohol and pick a form of soda.
I would do that. Like, I wouldn't do that, but like when I bartended, people would order something, and I knew the basic cocktails.
Yeah.
But if you ordered something, I'd be like, what's in it?
Uh-huh.
And then they'd tell me, and then I'd make what I think how I think those ingredients should mix together, and they'd be like, all right, it's close, I guess.
Yeah.
Or they'd be like, I don't know, can you look it up? And I'm like, you can look it up.
Yeah.
So it
What are you
wasn't
doing?
like a
We're
fancy
busy.
place.
It was a Sonoma pub,
Uh-huh.
but it was Irish pub.
Right.
Yeah.
And we had fancy cocktails on the menu, and you can order one of those.
But we're not.
Or you can come at me with just better expectations. 'cause
right.
I don't
Deborah's
have time
Delight.
to
It's like,
Google what
yeah.
a fucking...
what did they make on that one cruise you were on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love being at bars when they're like, no. Like I've been at bars where someone's
Like,
like,
I still don't know what a buttery nipple is. I know
Right.
it's a drink.
Right.
But if someone ordered it, I'd be like, no,
sex on the beach.
we don't have
I don't know
that.
any fuzzy navel. Yeah.
I was at a bar recently during COVID, and I ordered a hot toddy, which is just whiskey and hot water
Yeah.
and like some lemon juice, maybe a little simple syrup. But you could honestly get away with just hot water and whiskey if you wanted to.
Oh wow.
And the
that's
guy's
funny.
like, "Oh, I don't have the mix." And I was like, I respect that you don't know what it is. And you
yeah.
want to do it.
I thought
So
there is a mix sometimes. Is there not?
I don't think so. There's a hot buttered rum mix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe there is a mix.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
there might
But
be.
it is just what I said. I mean, it is just a squeeze of lemon with
Whiskey and
hot water. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe they have tea sometimes, right?
sure. I'm sure there's all variations.
It's
of it.
I mean, what's worse, you know, like a person being like, I don't know how to do that, or a person's like,
I don't have it right now.
or
It's
I'm
better.
gonna guess. and then they just
Right.
obliterate.
Mhm.
Jesse ordered we were at a bar, and he ordered a French 75. You ever heard of this?
Mhm.
It's
No.
like the most like bizarre combination that actually tastes good. It's like gin and like another liqueur. It's like champagne,
Right, champagne float,
which
but
sounds
it has
terrible, and like some orange juice or some sort of citrus, like lemon liqueur, limoncello or something like that.
Yeah.
But the first person made it, and then she like clocked out, and he's like, "Can I do another French 75?" And then the other person just like, it's like a pint glass of gin with like a splash. Like,
Wait,
You're
what,
gonna kill
what
me.
glass did the first one come in?
it was like
A martini glass or a champagne?
No, it was like a different kind of glass, one
Like
of
a
those kind of
wine?
bulby ones
Oh,
that's
okay.
like short.
Like a rocks glass.
Yeah.
Like fancy.
Yeah. So it had like a thick stem,
Right.
but yeah, like if you just guess, you might be like, yeah, I don't know. Like I might have just killed you right there. That's a terrible drink.
Yeah, but I kind of like when someone guesses, I usually am okay with it. I'm like, this is wrong, but I'm still
Yeah.
gonna drink it.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
I'm like the opposite of picky. Like I like different things, even
Uh-huh.
if they're wrong.
Yeah, right. You're like, this is pretty good.
This is all right.
This guess you made was
I won't
good.
order it ever again.
Yeah, you know, this could be another way to promote the pod. Can I get a Hesby Street?
What's in it?
It's like the podcast.
It's like the and they'll be like, if you don't have it, that's fine. And they're like Googling. I don't see. There's a podcast. Yeah, it's like the podcast.
Go on. Do you have Apple Podcasts? Do you have Deezer?
You just subscribe and then rate and review, and then and then I'll order a Coors Light.
It's just like whiskey, Coors Light, and some Diet Snapple.
Yeah, it's like two of the ingredients are really popular and one's not so much. But he edits the audio, so
He does a lot. He does a lot. You don't see it in the glass, but you'd be lost without that ingredient.
did we talk about this on the pod? About bears hibernating? Was that you and I that talked about that?
I think we talked about it, but I don't know if it was on the pod. Maybe it was on the pod.
I just thought that was so funny. I don't know who I talked
Oh, no. Elizabeth told me about that. I haven't talked to you about this. So maybe I'm curious to what you're going to say.
Well, it was
It was like a TikTok you saw?
no.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah, I'm thinking of the TikTok.
You might have heard the same thing about how they hibernate.
well, like growing up.
Yeah.
Right. So someone else. So I didn't see this on TikTok, but maybe one of you told me. So maybe
Yeah.
we talked about it. And we shouldn't talk about it.
I don't remember talking about it on the pod, but I don't remember a lot of things. so-
Yeah. Let's do it again, dude. Let's be honest. Our Hezbolls are listening to every other episode. There's a good chance they didn't catch the one with the hibernation.
So the idea was, so someone brought this up that saw it on TikTok. So
Uh-huh.
this is how stories have even gotten. I heard this from someone that saw it on TikTok.
You're zacking your own
Yes.
story out.
Yeah. On how when we were kids, maybe in cartoons and stuff, they always made it seem like bears just slept for all of winter.
Yes.
But that's not actually how hibernation works.
No.
No, they still live. But I just was thinking about, I just thought that was really funny.
They just like walk around in their little cave.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
They don't go hunting.
Yeah.
Right.
So they have
store
to eat
stuff up.
enough to survive winter.
Yeah.
But it's not like they take a 3-month nap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel like I have less in common with bears than I thought.
But if you asked me, do bears sleep for 3 months? I would have said no, just based on like logic. But I certainly thought that way
Yeah.
all of my I don't know when I realized. Like, I feel like at some point you just become an adult and you're like, you unlearn certain things. And that was probably one of them.
It's one of those things that sounds right, even though it's far-fetched. Because growing up, like if a man on the street was like, "Hey, you sir," and I felt like it was like a setup show, you know, do bears sleep for 3 months out of the year? And I'd go, no, more.
4.
Nice try. 4 months. Idiot. You didn't get this guy. You didn't get this guy on your show. Better luck next time.
there's got to be like a scene in Jungle Book or something where we learned
There's
that like
absolutely a cartoon where
something like that.
like a bear gets woken up. From
Yeah,
his
and they're like, "Oh
hibernation.
no."
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't supposed to happen
Yeah.
for 2 more months.
We just ruined winter. But I was trying to think of like other things like that. You know, like things that you think of as a kid, but I couldn't like think of it.
Oh, like do ostriches really stick their head in the sand?
Do they not?
I think they just put their head close to the ground.
They
I don't
don't
think
go
they just
full
like,
submerged.
full head. Yeah, I don't see the benefit of that. It's
Well,
just their version of screaming into a pillow.
sometimes worms are deep.
Oh, okay. See, that's how easy it was to turn me.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, ostriches, I don't think they stick their heads in the sand. I'm actually pretty sure about that one.
Oh, here's something I don't know the answer to.
Okay.
Not really that similar. So you know when there's like you're driving and there's 2 left turn lanes, right? You're at an intersection
Yeah.
and 2 lanes turn left. And then the road you're turning on has 3 lanes.
Uh-huh.
What lane, if you're on the far left lane should stay in the far left lane when it turns left, right?
Yeah.
So on the right lane, the way it kind of works is you're kind of just take whichever lane you want of the next 2. But
Yeah.
what's the law? What lane are you supposed to turn into the middle lane?
I feel like a lot of times there's a
Probably.
guiding line. Like
Yeah.
that like goes into the intersection that's sort of like you stay here, you scoot to the right. Shit.
That was sick.
That's God's way of saying I'm right.
Yeah. This is probably not interesting at all, but I've been taking
That's God's way of saying change the fucking subject. Please, dear me.
You got it, a big guy. I've been like turning on a street like this a lot recently,
Uh-huh.
like one specifically, and I'm like, I don't know the law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think stick to the left. Left person's the odd man out.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
How are you guys doing?
Good,
Good.
thanks.
Sorry to bother.
Oh, no, you're
problem.
fine.
Sorry to bother you.
So,
Yeah, so bears don't actually hibernate for 3 months.
yeah, there's got to be another one too. Ants
Like-
probably can't lift that much.
Coyotes don't have anvils.
Coyotes don't lease
Or-
anvils from Acme.
Yeah.
TNT dynamite.
Yeah. Yeah, coyotes aren't terrorists.
Kind of, though.
Not all coyotes are terrorists.
They kill, like, a lot of people's chickens and rabbits.
Mhm.
Rabbits? Probably not. Do
Probably
people have
rabbits.
Pet rabbits?
Well, coyotes will kill wild rabbits, I'm sure.
But that's okay. Because that's their food. They're out in the whatever. But, like, if you climb into a chicken pet coop,
Yeah.
that's not cool, dude. We put a fence up.
Right.
That fence means
We get to fuck
I
those
get-
chickens up.
I get to eat this chicken. Emily looks very disturbed by the dead chicken talk.
No, I'm trying to think of another example.
Of like childhood
Yeah.
nature
Yeah.
myths.
Well, bees don't have knees.
Oh, really?
Found that out.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So when
Did you
say
think
the bee's
bees?
knees, it's not even a thing.
Flies can only see out of like one of those eyes.
No. You're
Yeah,
just making
and it's
shit
random.
up.
It's random. It's
Changes
like,
every
dude, I
day.
got middle and far right. I'm fucked. I'm fucked today. I'm gonna stay in this windowsill.
Thank God I got trapped in between the screen and window because I can't see shit today.
Well, you know, there's like a southern thing that they always do with like flies and mosquitoes where they put a bag of water
With a
in a
penny?
Ziploc bag or sometimes put a penny in it.
That's-
Sometimes it's-
Yeah, in Mexico they do that.
and
Yeah.
they put it by the door and it's supposed to like just fuck up. It's flies just being like, oh,
It doesn't.
something ain't sitting right.
Yeah. I don't buy that it works. People swear by it.
People do swear by
It
it.
was like I've worked at enough restaurants where we've tried that, and
Yeah.
you're wrong. I think is it supposed to be for mosquitoes too?
Yeah,
Probably.
mosquitoes.
I didn't know about forever the that like AC blaster thing in stores is to keep
Yeah.
flies out. I always thought that was just to maintain the temperature of the store.
No, it's to keep flies.
My God, you guys are really committed to this degree of Fahrenheit.
I think I told you that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, probably on the podcast. We're now in our 4th season,
Right.
big 4th season,
Yeah.
and I feel like we do really are running the risk of just repeating ourselves over and over.
Well, the
again.
world's opening up, so we do have to lead, lives worth telling again.
right? Which we're doing. We're in the woods.
Yeah. You've been living in a van. I mean, you should have more stories. You should be carrying this whole episode. Should have gotten into a fight with the trucker.
See. Yeah, I think van life would make me more of a recluse than living in a house. Because I'm scared of people. I don't,
Yeah.
I'm like, don't worry. Don't worry about me.
Right. You're like, shit. They know where all my stuff is.
They know where everything I have is. Yeah.
You're like, you show me yours first. And they just pull their dick out. And you're like, okay. I've heard that
Nice dick.
truck stops are kind of like.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Kind of a
But is
scene.
that just because we watch crime shows?
Or there's something about Mary. In the beginning, he goes to, like, take a piss at a rest stop. And they go, rest stops are bathhouses for the... And then he, like, gets popped in, like, a gay sting. And everyone around him's, like, blowing each other. And he's just, like, just using the bathroom.
I don't remember that movie at all.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Because I can tell you exactly what happened.
Dude, that's what we should do. I told you, we're going to have a new segment. Not a new segment, a recurring segment.
Yeah.
Where
it's fairly new.
Zack and Torio mansplain a 90s movie to Emily.
Yeah. So.
Because Cliffhanger was a hit. I don't know if it was a hit for anyone else, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Cliffhanger was a smashing hit.
Yeah.
You did that hard laugh.
Yeah, when you go high pitch, that's how I know we got a banger on our hands. When it's like, that's when I'm like,
Find
yes. All right, you know what's a good one? A good 90s action movie? You ever seen the film Surf Ninjas?
No.
Yeah.
I watched it so much as a kid.
I saw Three Ninjas.
Okay, Three Ninjas is great too.
Right.
But
this is different.
Those were the two that alternated in
All
my
right, so
VCR.
then you guys will mansplain it to me.
Okay. Do you remember Surf Ninjas?
I don't remember it.
It was, honestly, and I'm not exaggerating, it was what I had hoped at some point in my life would happen to me.
Okay.
I kept looking around after school. So what it is these two brothers,
Okay.
About my age and Joey's age, pretty kind of perfect, like age difference.
In their 30s.
In their 30s. Yeah. Still figuring it out at middle school. They go to school in, like, on the West Coast, some beach town. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
what
like
it
a
is.
Bayside.
Yeah.
A fake beach town name or something.
And they're, like, Filipino, maybe.
Okay. So you can relate to that.
It's like ethnic, but they had, like, a white dad.
Yeah.
So this dad, like, drops them off at school. He's like, later. And then ninjas come and, like, kill their dad while they're at school. And the older brother, like, loves to surf. And they totally are, like, bad student stoner
Now, these
kids.
ninjas, are they, like, fully masked? Are we
Yeah,
talking,
they, like, show up on the beach in all black, which is, like...
Do they watch it happen?
No, they're at school.
Okay, got it.
And then they're also bad at school. So I remember the teacher's like, can you point this country out on a map? And the younger brother's like, yeah. A lot of people would think it's right here.
Do they have, like, a surfer accent?
But that would be wrong. Yeah, like a little bit. And then for some reason, the older high school brother's friend, his, like, best friend at school is, like, 40-year-old Rob Schneider.
It's Rob
Rob
Schneider.
Schneider's like, what's up, bros? And he, like, can't surf. He's like the idiot friend that's just like, he overwaxes his board. It's just covered in wax. And he, like, hasn't gone in the
And
ocean
he goes
yet.
to high school, or he's a friend outside?
I think he goes to their high school. He looks like a cop about to, like, do a sting. So then they find out that their dad isn't their dad, and they're actually princes from a tropical island where there are ninjas. And they were born with, like, these gifts that they've inherited. So the older brother's gift is he just randomly, like, kicks the shit out of people, like, full-on karate superhero. And he's like, what's happening to my body? As I'm, like, backflip kicking.
And he doesn't know this. He learns this after his dad dies.
And he's, like, confused.
Not his real dad.
Not his real dad.
Yeah.
And
Not his dad.
He's confused. I think their parents were killed, and their dad was, like, a guardian told to, like...
Got it.
So he's kicking ass and is looking around like, what's happening? As he's, like, fucking bicycle kicking a guy in the head. Younger brother's superpower is he can see what's happening in, like, the near future through his Sega Game Gear.
What a lame
it's very reliant on the availability of a AA battery.
So the batteries go out at some point?
Without a power, I think so. I think at some point he's low on bat. But like it's the weirdest. Like the brother's kicking ass at like a Chinese restaurant,
Right.
and he's like, "Help! What do I do?" And he like looks in the game, and it's like the octopus in the tank like jumps on a guy's face. He's like, "Use the fucking tank." So he's just like pointing shit out with his Sega Game Gear. Really, the power is the Game Gear.
I could do it.
Happens to have that one.
Rob Schneider steals that Game Gear. He's top billing now.
So the whole movie, Rob Schneider's like, "Man, so what is my power, you guys think?" And they're just like, "Dude, you're a loser. You shouldn't even be in high school." And so then they go to their old island and to rescue their family's kingdom. And it's like all monks. And at some point, they all like need to get across like the cove to attack the ninjas that have taken over. And they're like, "Well, how do we get there?" And they're like, "We used to surf." So they cut surfboards out of all the trees in the forest. Like, these guys rapidly build surfboards from scratch.
They could have just swam. By the time it took
3 days of just smoothing out wood. And so they longboard into battle.
Well, they're surf ninjas.
And they are surf ninjas. And they kick ass on the island. And I think like the older brother becomes king because he's like the best warrior and he's like taking his rightful spot on the throne. And the younger brother's like his advisor. And then Rob Schneider's just like honorary.
Oh.
He's probably the queen. No, I think he has like there's got to be a love interest.
Right.
So maybe it's like some lady from the island. And then for some reason the Beach Boys song Barbara Ann.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't remember why they sing it in the beginning, but they sing it in the beginning. And then there's a
That's
monk.
something I never. I know what song you're talking about. Never knew it was Barbara Ann. I thought it was just bop 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 bop. I thought it was just noises.
Yeah. So
But
that's
you're
how.
saying they're actually saying.
You're learning that right now.
I'm learning that
Barbara
as we
Ann.
speak.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't actually know it as a kid until
Yeah.
they were doing it, and the monk's name is Baba Ram. So he's singing it, ba 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 Ram, and they go Kwansu, dudes. Kwansu is like their greeting. It means surf's up, I believe.
Translates loosely to hang loose. All right.
And they're like, they're like, what does Kwansu mean? It means hang and then the number 10. What would that refer to? Ancients don't know. Something mysterious.
Something referred to as shredding the gnar.
Yeah, so that's Surf Ninjas.
That's good. It's no cliffhanger.
No.
They can't all be cliffhangers.
Well, there aren't. I'm not going to do accents from Surf Ninjas.
I know it would have been problematic.
kidding me, dude?
That's
I got a
obviously
career to
Patreon
think about.
material.
Yeah.
You
gotta
can't
pay.
do a surfer accent?
I did Kwansu, dudes.
Oh, see, bro.
Yeah, and then poor Rob Schneider's just. It is
No, poor Rob Schneider.
It's the saddest role.
He's sad.
Yeah, he is sad.
If you like Rob Schneider, go follow his Twitter for a day. And if you don't like Rob Schneider, you'll especially enjoy reading his
Does
Twitter.
he suck?
Yeah,
He's like
he's full on
a
Trump.
right wing nut.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
He's just a rich.
He
idiot.
said he moved to Arizona
'Cause
because
he's
of
had it.
Emperor Newsom. We'll see if he actually stays there. Yeah, the life's restored.
I got asked to do an audition for Recall Gavin Newsom.
Really?
Yeah,
That's funny. Did you?
I don't think I got it.
you
submitted.
did it.
I submitted the audition. Like
Would you
yesterday.
have done it?
Yeah.
Why?
I need $1,000.
Oh, it's 1,000. That's
Yeah.
fair.
I mean, it's at least 1,000.
Okay, but where would you draw the line? What about like an anti-abortion ad?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Well, I've drawn the line before. Like, I've gotten asked to do a bunch of because Scientology has their own network, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable doing that. My agent actually hit me up and was like, "Hey, that last audition I sent you, feel free to ignore, because I just read through the materials and it is the most grotesque, pornographic, homophobic, sacrilegious, and just all around gross thing I've ever seen."
How can it?
I
be-
wanted to read all of it.
Wait, it's a
How do
commercial?
you? How
No,
do you
it was like
be
I think it's like an
homophobic
independent film.
and sacrilegious.
God's like, still, I gotta put my foot down. This is too much. I appreciate what you guys are trying to do.
Wait, so you?
I tried to read the script, but it was like you've already declined.
Oh,
So
you couldn't.
I wanted
reopen
to.
it?
He's
That
like,
sucks.
if you really want to do it, let me know, and I'll open it again. But I'm like, I just want to look at it. Like, what
Yeah.
could it be? Like, what is in there?
It sounds like you should tell him that, and we should do a table read.
Oh my
Just
god,
that.
that would be fun.
You should do it. Be like, I just want to read it. I won't.
Yeah, it might have expired, but I'll
Yep.
ask if I can read it. I tried to look it up like on my own outside, but I couldn't find it.
It's funny. All right, and then you can find that on our Patreon episode
Which is
at Patreon on Instagram. No, what?
patreon.com/Hesby Street. Just think of
The drink.
the best cocktail you've
Best
ever
cocktail
had.
you can get at Scove Winery.
Yeah.
Where
Show
we
up to
record-
Scove Winery.
show-
Tell them we sent you and
Scove
ask for the Hesby Street cocktail.
Yeah, there's wine in it.
They will be so glad to hear from you.